Yo, what's good, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your boy Jay Green is back. This time, I'm gonna bring you my review for Hereditary. Straight off the top, this movie was creepy as fuck. It was directed by Ari Aster. It stars Toni Collette, Millie Shapiro, the devil from End of Days, and The Rock's true self from Jumanji. Alright, y'all, now straight off the top, I'm gonna try to break down a little bit of the directing, a little bit of the character, and a little bit of the story all in one. Now, the way I see it is like this. When I first saw the trailer, I didn't know much of what was going on. All I knew was that you had this lady, her mom died, she felt a certain type of way about it. Whatever her mom had going on, whatever she got going on, after this mom passed away, it is affecting her family in a crazy way. Now, when you're watching the movie, I'm not going to spoil anything, but when you're watching the movie, you start to find out that her mom was a bit of a hard case. Someone extremely hard to deal with. I can't tell you why. You got to see the movie for that. But based on what her mom had going on, and based on what this lady has going on, that's what really starts to open up this can of worms for her entire family. Now, I'm going to get deep for a minute. Try to follow me along here. In a movie called, I don't remember what the fuck it was called, but this movie basically dealt with a son whose mom had cancer, passed away, and deep down inside, he wanted his mom to die. He didn't want her to die because he didn't love his mom. He loved the shit out of his mom. But he wanted her to die because she was in pain, and he was in pain from dealing with all of the pain going back and forth and hoping she would live, but then the cancer comes back, and it's a crazy situation. My mom's had cancer back in the day. She's in complete remission. Thank you, Jesus. But it was very hard to deal with that at the time because you don't want to see your loved ones in pain. So with that said, this woman has a certain mentality about her mom passing based on the issues that they had together. So with that said, her family has a lot of issues because of her issues that she has yet to truly deal with. And that's what brings about a lot of these issues going on in the film. I like how the film opened that all up. Now, I'm pretty sure I probably confused the fuck out of y'all as to what's going on, but I promise the film lays it out a lot better than I do. I ain't no writer. Now, with all that said, keep that in the back of your mind that this woman is dealing with some conflicting issues with her mother, loss, and then her family's issues as a whole. That's the through line throughout this entire film. But with that through line, the director still did a fantastic job at delivering scares, tension, creepy moments, nasty imagery, shit that makes you squirm just a little bit. And I personally didn't want to come home by myself because of some of the things that I saw in this film. Like, I better flick all these damn lights on to make sure shit ain't jumping off. I don't want to tell you anything. I don't want to spoil anything. So I thought the directing was very fantastic throughout the entire film. I love how this movie harkened back to old school horror movies that didn't just deliver jump scares without any weight behind them. The other thing was the acting was phenomenal from everybody. You really believe that this lady in the movie that is trying to keep her family together or explain to her family how she truly feels is going through this shit. Toni Collette, phenomenal. She's such a great actress. If you see this movie for just one reason, her performance as a woman going through what she's going through, on point. Seriously, great acting in a horror movie. Alex Wolff, the dude that plays her son in the film, he was phenomenal as well. The chemistry that both of them had together was off the charts. You needed him and you needed her to just be on point to really sell and bring you into what's going on. Because again, I say, the beginning of this movie starts out very slow burn. There's not a lot of jump scares. There's not a lot of crazy action. This movie thrives on tension, story, and character. And both of these actors were able to do their job to bring you into that film to the point where you kind of white-knuckled in your seat like, I wonder what's about to happen. I wonder how this shit is going to end. I will say this, another thing I loved about this film was the fact that it was a very ambiguous ending, but yet kind of told you what was what. This movie left me wanting more. What's going to happen next? What actually happened? What did I see? Who are these people? What's going on? How the fuck that go down? I got a lot of questions, but I wasn't annoyed at the questions I had because the movie gave me enough. It's just one of those things that you can talk about, but I was entertained enough. Earlier, there was a movie called Annihilation that came out in 2018. A lot of people were talking about that movie as a masterpiece. Science fiction, fantasy, horror movie brought all together. I wasn't feeling it. It didn't work for me. That movie was too ambiguous because there was no good questions set up, no actual answers given, and no real ambiguity. I knew what the fuck happened in the end of that movie. This movie, other side of the fence. This movie sets up questions. This movie gives you information. This movie gives you entertainment all the way throughout, and it makes you nervous, so you're invested the entire time that it's going to give you this ending. Paid off, paid in full. Loved it. Now, if you can't tell by now, I'm definitely going to suggest that you check this movie out in the theater for a couple of different reasons. One, you need to see a movie that is quiet, that takes its time, and that will still get a reaction out of the audience with a group of people. Number two, you need to see it in the theater because if you are a horror movie fan and you want a horror movie that takes chances, a horror movie that can build you into a character or a story, or if you like psychological horror, you got to go out and support these films so we get more of them, okay? If you're someone who wants something quick, fast, and in your face, this might not be the one for you. You're going to get some of those moments, but remember, the movie as a whole is a bit of a slow burn. It's a bit more of a character study, if you will. So just be prepared for that slow, taking its time type of a film. If you like a movie like that, this is the one for you. Don't even wait. Get your tickets. Go see this movie. Large, big screen with a lot of people around you. You're going to have a great time at the theater. I promise you that. Yo, if I gave you enough insight and understanding as to what Hereditary is or what you can expect to get when you go check this movie out, do me a favor. Like, subscribe. Other than that, yo boy, I'm out.